Disebo ikitu semasabea. Namun dukutela ba wada ulumara. Wenoka na jadi mereka aruf perji. Yagua adalah serpeti bahar minyak dikumpulkan.
Welcome everybody, Codename Soap here, coming at you today with part 5 of our Let's Play From Dust series. Alright, let's get this party cracking. Alright, so what you can see is we are in the desert, or at least from what it appears, a little bit of an oasis going on, got some water, got this whole nonsense. No impending doom like last time as of right now, so let's go ahead and get our first village underway. And right away you see here we got a new obstacle, some vegetation that our people here cannot cross. So what we're going to need to do is either find another way around, which we can do over here, or we can absorb this. It's part of the earth, so as you can see, left trigger just goes ahead and absorbs all of that, and that basically can clear a pathway, and then you can drop it back into place, and it won't regrow. It actually is kind of like a one-shot, disposable camera type vegetation. Anywho, so yeah, so what we're gonna do here is I'm actually gonna block all 3 of these springs. That's gonna stop some of the water from flowing, and we're gonna get our tribe across that way. So drop that down there, that there, and that right there. And as you can see, we have got our water starting to dissipate. This is going to make it a lot easier for our tribe to go across. Now, since they're springs, they actually are still continuously going underneath. So without enough earth over the top of it, it will continue to flow kind of like we have there. So let's take a little bit more and plug it up, and let's get going. All right. Called over our tribe. They're going to take the long way around, as you can see here, over near this other spring. So we'll just wait for them to go through. And while that's going, I'm going to kind of browse around the world, you know, check and see what kind of obstacles we've got. We got another totem over here with the evaporate power. We've got right here the repel water knowledge, which always comes in handy. Got another totem over this way. And then we have our passage here back near the beginning. So let's go see how our tribe is doing. All right, we have village number 1 up and going, starting to grow, I should say. And this gives us our Jellify water power. So there we go. We've acquired that. This will actually come in handy later. So here's our kind of our secondary objective, as always. In the desert, vegetation cannot grow on its own. So what we have to do is get water into the desert, as opposed to usually we're having to push water away. So that's how we're going to obtain our second objective, is to start getting some water up in this piece. So let's go ahead and get that going. And while we're doing that, I'm going to call someone over to learn how to repel water. And I'm going to call someone over to the evaporate. So what we're going to do here is find a way to get our water kind of, I would say, probably flowing right along through here. Kind of like, let's make a river is what we're going to try to do. So I'm going to dig and try to find and see if there's like a source of water underneath. Oh, we've got some issues. All right, so you can see that they're just not able to make it up the steep path. So I'll drop some earth down, see if that helps. Of course it doesn't. Drop that down there. So needy. After all that I've done for you. Maybe. Maybe. Go. Oh, the other one made it. How come you can't make it? This is one of the more frustrating parts of the game is getting paths that these the tribes people are actually willing to take. Sometimes you got to give them a little extra encouragement, promise them candy and things of that nature. All right, so we've got nice little water source here. So what we can try to do is, no, I don't want to do that. I want to start evaporating the water, or excuse me, water as I'm picking up earth. Herp derp derp. All right, so we've got a spring going. This is going to help out tremendously. And now we've learned the power of evaporate. All right, so it basically will remove water progressively from across the map over a limited period of time, aka it will just dry everything out over, I believe it's about 45 seconds to a minute, kind of like what everything else is. This will actually come in very handy at the end of this playthrough, and I'll show you why once we get there. But in the meantime, we need to get our vegetation spreading. All right. Just keep absorbing there. All right, this is going to start. Looks like we've got another spring possibly in the area. And while all this is going on, the villagers are passing that knowledge along to the other tribe to get our repel water knowledge going, or at least that's what I'm hoping they're doing. Makes my job a little easier. All right. Got a little bit going on there. See if I can bring this. That should help out quite a bit. Get it flowing and driving. All right, let's take a look around this way. See if we can let that flow down that way. Gonna need to repel water because that was cutting it a little close for my villagers' taste. Bong. I think I want to make that into a ringtone. It's just got that kind of epic feel to it, you know. That's one thing I have not mentioned. I really do, really do like the soundtrack to this game. It's got a nice, you know, epic. Like, that's the best way to describe it. It's very epic. I'm not saying it's Inception epic, but it's still pretty freaking awesome. So if anyone out there knows of a place to get the soundtrack, if it's available, you let me know. vegetation is starting to spread quite nicely along with our water. Now let's see what we got to do. We've got ourselves another totem to get some people to this one right here. So what I'm going to have to do is find a way for them to get over here. I think I'll just start to block the water. I don't want to use that evaporate yet because I'm still trying to spread vegetation. Of course, I uncover 2 springs. 3! Alright, let's try this again, but cover these up. I'm gonna come over here. Get some earth instead. Nope, nope. Alright. See if that's good enough. Maybe. No. I'm coming. Hush. Maybe? No? You do not like what I've placed before you? Alright, there we go. Excellent. So they're going to take the long way around, which is cool. You know, it's whatever, man. Gotta be careful, though. Plug up one of those there. Help get some of that water down. Hopefully this should be enough area for them to inhabit. Let's see how this is doing. Nope, wrong button. In this one, there's not really much strategy to talk about, just because there's no impending doom, kind of like there was the last time. And it's pretty straightforward. It's more or less just I wouldn't say timing. It's just to get these people from here to here. Don't kill them, and yeah, that's pretty much. And then spread vegetation, you know, the usual objectives that we try to hit. And see, this was what I was talking about whenever the springs will just continue to go through. Because it's a constantly evolving, constantly changing landscape. So you do have to go through and upkeep, do some upkeep. I'll come out here and get my earth then. Alright. Make me a village. Booyaka, booyaka. Gotta be careful with these springs, because since they don't know the repel water yet, actually, pathway's open, as you can see here, so we'll head that way after we've completed our secondary objective, and it looks like we've got some trouble. So what I'm going to do is start to evaporate the water. Start to get a little dusty. And we see some creatures starting to inhabit. All right, palms have spread over almost everywhere, which is good. We want to complete those secondary objectives. And you can see just one power like that changes the entire landscape. And it's just a really cool thing that Ubisoft has done with this game. Has just made it this constantly changing, constantly evolving world. All right. I'm going to call the evaporation off. Water will start to flow. Flow forth. All right, so what we've got is here's our pathway. Here in a little bit, we'll most likely need to evaporate, and we've hit 100%. Awesome. So what we'll do now is just to go ahead and start calling some people over. Oh, got a problem. You're in a village. You don't need help. Oh well. But what we will need to do is block, let's see, we'll block that stream there. That should be enough to go ahead and block off the water flow. All right, looking good so far. No one's made it over yet. So what I'm gonna do is just wait, because that's what I do. Nope. What we got? What do we got? Yeah, go the other way. There you go. Being a bit pushy with my tribe's people. They ask so much and give nothing back. Nothing at all, I tell you. I've got a little bit of flow through here. Just block that. I'll drop that off there. Alright, since you're actually around, I can assist you. Right, start building a little bit of a bridge. Yes, I could use evaporate, but I don't want to. I think building these bridges is cooler. Can you make that? Is that enough bridge for you? Who needs help? Is it you in the village again? Why are you way out here? You can't cross this territory. I bet that's the same old man from our last video. The adventurous old man. You damn kids, and you're walking. I don't think you're taking long enough. This video is going to be about 45 minutes long. Just wanted to give you a heads up. Spent entirely waiting on the tribe. Nah, it's going to be the usual 20 or so. 20 to 30, somewhere in there. We've got one. There's two. 2. Yes, 2. 2. 2. 2. Cutting it kind of close on the water. So let's see if we can help. Okay. And a little bit more for you. Good. Let's bring that water level down to a reasonable level. Of course, as soon as I say that, about 5 or more springs open up. All right, I'm gonna use some evaporate here. I wanted to hold off on doing it, but as you can see, our world is now turning into a desert wasteland. Let's see what it looks like from Old Man's view. Oh, now you can run. Excellent. All right. So this is going to wrap up part 5 of our Let's Play From Dust walkthrough, playthrough, whatever you want to call it. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you at part 6.